Okay, this is August 18th, 2014 at 7:07 p.m.
Good girl. Well, here's essentially what's going on. First off, there's a rumor going around that David Hernandez, who is, by the way, which I need to get this on the blog, he is the uncle of Eddie Edward Gutierrez, FBI, special FBI agent out of El Paso. I think he should be notified. The word is that Miss Jeters, which is the one he said he's been south with or whatever, is what I understand is the one that solicited gang members in order to put a hit out on him. And either, I don't know whether it's to kill him or cause him problems or whatever, it's ridiculous.
And you believe this is retaliation?
He's got 20-some affidavits already of people that have heard the rumors, and he's going to file a case on it. But at this point in time, he hasn't done anything because he figures it just snatch you up and put you in protective custody. But here's the other issue. They have shook down everybody in this involved in the 20 many times.
In the 20 lawsuit. That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
The lawsuit that's going against the governor and all this about the unenacted laws. I've been shook down 3 times in a week's period. That's more than I've been shook down in 2 years. Okay? So, and I was, the person that shook me down was the major, which is the highest ranking officer, the assistant warden, which is obviously the second hand office, and they were in their street clothes at 10:40, which is, as when I understand, they're not allowed to do it after 10 o'clock. It's called cruel and unusual punishment for interrupting your sleep. They woke me and my cellie up to come through. They shook me down and shook him down. They didn't do hardly anything to my cellie. They tore my stuff totally everywhere, strewed it all over the place. And the strange thing is because I asked one of the guards, I said, you know, you're not supposed to use empty chip bags to hold things, but when they give you your oatmeal pies, for example, they empty them out in the box and you just got them. So I take an empty chip bag and I put my oatmeal pies in it. You know, if you get some other stuff, you put them in your chip bags. Well, the strangest thing is because he pulled that out and then he threw my oatmeal pies all over the place in both sides of my locker, just threw them everywhere. I asked the guard about that. He goes, yeah, that was strange. The warden did that. But he didn't go empty any of the other chip bags, just my oatmeal pies. Now, let me tell you something.
They just want to steal whatever small joy might still be there. That's what that's all about. I mean, out here in the...
You could put, look, you could have laced them and replaced them, okay? Let me tell you something. It'd be a lot worse than that. You could have put poison in those things, and when he came and shook them down, he could have taken the ones that I had and thrown the extra ones in there. The point is they didn't empty any of the chip bags. And it was just strange. They did this at 10:40. Everybody in the place thought it was a trick. And they couldn't understand. The warden, and they were in their street clothes, Dana. They weren't even in their uniform.
Okay, well now wait a minute. If you're in your street clothes, you can't be protected under the color of law.
Well, I don't know whether that's the case or not, but there was about 50 witnesses to it. Everybody thought it was totally strange.
Well, but think about this from a legal perspective, Paul. I think they just screwed up.
Well, I think they don't care, Dana. They don't care. These people have absolutely no respect for the law. They have no fear for it's obvious retaliation between, and they shook down a bunch of other people, and then this thing here that they shook down David, took his property out, and took it down to the line building, and then went through it, and then called him down there, and they tried to give him a case for something that he got thrown out, and then they give him this case where he had a chili pack, I think a bag of coffee and a honey bun. That's what he get a case for. So the bottom line is that, especially me and David, the retaliation is very, very obvious. That's one of the reasons that, you know, along with the fact that David's nephew is an FBI agent, I think he should be lit up. And so, hang on, let me get that name right. Let me double check.
Okay.
Hang on. his name is Dominguez. Edward Eddie Dominguez, FBI special agent out of El Paso region. I just think that he should know what they're doing to his uncle and the fact that he had these threats. Okay, now, you got to understand this whole... Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, this whole thing has just really, really gotten blown up. Now, plus the fact that I was trying to call you back to give you these other things to post on the blog and whatever. Is you gotta, I don't know, you might want to check the blog for me while you're there and check my case and see what else is up there. But you gotta really, really be clear on this one thing, Dana, that my case is already won. They have no legal right to hold me here anymore. They have plenty of, they have all the evidence out there. And I've already filed the other case on the 60B motion. It's gone. You need to check with that bankruptcy office here in the next couple of days. They should get it, I don't know, it should be there tomorrow or the next day.
Do you have a tracking number?
No, I didn't send it certified. It's legal mail. You seal it and send it.
Okay.
But it's documented in the law library. So it's been documented that it was sent.
Okay.
Actually, I think it went out today because I did it on Saturday because I had to put my stuff receipt in there. But let me get back to this other deal. There's obvious retaliation over all the stuff that's going on, and the fact that my case is obviously so high profile, which is another point. And you don't really know what direction they're going to be coming at and why. Whether they would use this to try to diffuse coming after me and make it look like it was just part of that and whatever. You got to understand that beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is going to implicate all kinds of people from the chief of police in Frisco, also the people in the SWAT team in Dallas. That's why Dallas did their deal what they did. That's why cops didn't want to, I don't know whether they scared him off. They killed one cop. Why wouldn't they kill another? Okay, nowadays you're retired. Now you have this situation with David. You have my house getting shook down at 10:40 at night by the warden. Come on.
Well, I'm telling you, Paul, I want you to, make notation of
documenting it right now.
Time, date, and everything. What day did it happen? Can you tell me that?
It was a week ago Sunday. So I know I haven't talked to you since then, Dana, because it was a week ago this Sunday.
That would have been the 10th, August 10th at 10:30 at night.
10:40. As a matter of fact, everybody kind of made a note of it because they usually roll the doors and start racking you up at 10:30 to 11 o'clock is rack up, and everybody was just tripping because the assistant warden. And here's the other thing: they did it to another guy. They're trying to make it look like they're checking on officers because I had already been shook down that day earlier, and they came in and they did 217 and I'm 212, and they came in at 217. They said they opened the door, talked to the guy, and closed the door. They didn't even go in. But they come down to into my cell, and they spent 15, 20, 30 minutes down there.
Oh, so they're just trying to, in other words, they're smart enough to try to cover their tracks and make it look like they're doing something uniform and random, but...
Bingo.
Right.
But they screwed up because everybody in the place noticed the fact that they went to 217, opened the door, closed the door, and then went to me. And now it's 10:40. You got the warden in the street clothes. You got the although he wears street clothes, assistant warden actually Bowers. And then you got the major in her street clothes. It's unbelievable. And like I said, David said that other people said they've never seen anything like it.
So they've never seen street clothes. Well, see, Paul, I think by doing the street clothes, I think they can't I don't think they can hide behind their official capacity anymore. That is so out of the ordinary. I think you can
Here's the one thing is that with this 20 on the 20 whatever, David's planning on filing a motion, I think, to get everybody removed and put into federal custody because of retaliation. I want you to raise an issue with this. I want you to make a post on this tonight, Dana. Okay? And let me tell you something, so you're going to listen to this. David has a history with this Jeters lady who was in charge of safe prisons and whatever because she was indicted or she involved in what was called the missing ring. It's a guy had a ring stolen from here, and David filed a lawsuit, and he had to go to federal court on it. And they settled with the inmate because they stole it. The guards stole his ring, and they caught it at a pawn shop.
Oh.
And that's documented. And from out of the Lionel unit, and they got a federal judge involved in that.
And they didn't fire this person?
One of them, I think, got fired, but no, they just moved them around. You got to understand, Dana. These people, you got to understand that first off, that they have immunity that is really hard to breach. Okay, this is breachable because this is retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
Retaliation is a no-no. Okay, but that's why they're trying to cover their tracks with this bullshit. Like they're out here checking out their officers. Don't come in at 10:40 at night with the warden and the major and the street calls and tell me you're doing a routine checkup on your officers. Excuse me, that's a little bit on the absurd side.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that between that and then the issue with David is that, and they have shook down several of the others in the 20, but it's just particularly me and David that they're targeting. Now, we have to look at it like you and I. We're from the perspective of mine. Did they use this stuff as a distraction because of my case is so high profile? That's why I want you to get Wheelis's letter posted as well, and get this other thing, that other one posted as well, and then write something on this tonight. I feel, and I think David agrees with this, that he wants you to contact his nephew, who's an FBI agent. He needs to be given a heads up on this deal.
Okay.
We've been trying hard. Have you not gotten any messages on your cell phone?
No.
Well, we have sent at least 5, maybe 10. And they say, people are saying they're not getting an answer or you're not responding.
Ah.
Yeah. Because we know that this phone here, and I don't know when you're home, at the ranch or what are you doing, whatever you do, whatever. But listen, sis, I want you to understand what I said about the 1-yard line. You deserve this touchdown, and I don't want you to fumble the ball and let somebody else run it in. You need to stay on track right now. If we're coming down to the wire, Dana, this thing's fixing to blow. Okay? I got to be able to get a hold of you because this was really big. I actually had a post-it, and I carried it around so long that it got soggy in my sock. And I was going to read it off to you because you need to understand that the implications of all this stuff and how huge it is. This is something that your media guy should take and run with. And this proves that he's a fraud if he doesn't. Now, you have someone that's possibly had his life threatened or being beat up and it being solicited by the officials here. Now, he's got like 20 affidavits already of people that's heard this. The thing they don't understand is David is so well liked. You couldn't get a gang member to do that to David
because he's already helped so many people.
Right, but these people are arrogant, Dana. They don't care. They got cabals.
Well, what that means is, obviously David has protection because he's helped so many people, but these people are clearly.
And likewise, I think that I've earned a lot of respect with these people as well. But the bottom line is that just like I told David, he said, nobody heard. I said, nobody here would hurt me. I said, yeah, but David, they can put somebody on this unit in a hurry to hurt you. He goes, yeah, you got a point there. Because it wouldn't take nothing to transfer somebody here or transfer me or him or to move. It happens all the time.
Well, do both of you
You ever
have?
hear about people getting killed on TDC or dying TDC? You ever hear about it in the news? It happens every day, Dana. It happens all the time. And you never hear about it.
And why would that be? Because TDC is a corporation, and
they're just saying they're just criminals doing a criminal thing. But that's what you got to understand. That's how they've been able to get away with all their evil, corrupt ways. And then you got to understand, all these legislators that keep passing this bullshit laws that give them these immunities is why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the biggest cash cow. Come on, Dana. It's number 2 in the state of Texas. The number 2 industry. Do you know that?
What's the number 1?
Oil and gas.
Oh.
That's it. The only thing bigger than prisons is oil. Come on, think. That's over tech. That's over automobile manufacturers, GM plants, Ford plants.
Right.
Do you get a picture of how big?
Yeah, and I'm also kind of getting the picture that the big losers are the ones that go work for the prison system. Because people...
They make sure they hire losers because that's what they want.
Well, they don't want anybody with ethics.
What?
They don't want anybody with ethics clearly working there.
Absolutely. And you've got to understand that this is just... And you've got to get the word out there. Light them up, get somebody on this recording or whatever, but you going to have to stay. You need to stay by the phone right now because this is really hot and heavy right now. We've been trying. Everybody's been trying. I guarantee you, probably 10 messages, Dana. And if you haven't got them, that ought to tell you something. I'm surprised. I've been calling you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day.
Well, I had calls today.
Yeah, but I mean every day. I've been calling you from 4 to 10 times a day. Me and David both.
Okay.
So I don't think you've had your phone ring that much, have you? Now they're interrupting it. We're going to get cut off.
Okay.
But anything else you want me to call back? Are you good right now?
No, I think we're good.
All right, I'll check with you later. Answer the phone so they get through.
Thank you for using